So, hello. Well, for me it's afternoon. For you it could be morning or night. I am not sure. So, I just want to quickly just talk about uh, something that I wanted to talk about yesterday when I posted my video, but the video was getting on a bit long, so I want to make this one a little bit shorter if that's even possible. So, basically, what I want to say is that if you're looking for a snake, or a first snake anyway, um, that you're looking to get yourself, or even if you've got kids, a young teenager, or not necessarily a young teenager, or a kid or something, and they're like, "Mom, Dad, I want this," or "Can I have that?" And it's like, well, you're not sure because you're not educated yourself. So you want to educate yourself. So what I'm basically saying is, so for your first snake, what you want is like a corn snake, something simple, right? Corn snakes are very hardy animals, and they do extremely well. They thrive very well, and they're good animals, right? So what I'm going to do is I haven't actually got any corn snakes, so not anymore anyway. What I'm going to do is I can't get Lady out because she's eaten. So, and I'll show you quickly. Now, there she is. See now, sorry baby, I didn't mean to disturb you. So, my snakes don't have light. They have a ceramic heat bulb, which produces, well, basically, it pulses and what have you, like the sun does. So it just radiates heat, not light, which I prefer. They prefer, and they've had that ever since I've had them, and they thrive. So let me get you out now. I need a bit of help. I'm not gonna lie, I need a bit of help naming my snake. Now her name is Pauline. Reason why is because originally I thought she was a male, so her name was Paul. The reason why she got the name Paul is because the patterning on the side of a ball python are little alien heads. Okay, so you see they look like little alien heads. And from the film Paul, hence why the name Paul. So I want to rename her. So any suggestions out there would be great. Please put them in the comment section below. So basically, corn snake would be the best choice, right? It would genuinely be the best choice as a first snake, because something like a ball python, now this is just a normal, is too advanced for a beginner. And I am nowhere near a beginner anymore, put it that way. I'm ready now to go up a next stage. So although I may not have experience owning large snakes, not particularly large anyway, I have got my year's experience of handling and keeping reptiles in general, and I have self-taught and what have you, and a lot of knowledge of reptiles and animal welfare and keeping in general from experience. So like I said, a corn snake would be perfect because they don't need super high temperatures. They don't need like these. It doesn't need to be tropical. It doesn't have to be very like super humid or anything like that, because they come from America, and they are originally, I think it's California. Is it California? No, give me a second. Maybe California, somewhere in America. I can't tell you the exact place they're from because it's been that long since I've actually owned a corn snake, or actually even, not necessarily been interested, because I've always been interested in snakes in general, but corn snake for me is, in fact, I might even get another one, to be honest. But anyway, so their temperatures range from, 30 degrees, which is, hold on, where's the thermostat on here? So 30 degrees, I'll quickly just see if you can see it. I don't know if you'll be able to or not, but I know I can. So roughly from, about 85 Fahrenheit, which is around about 30 degrees during the day, and at night temperatures of 70. I have to have a look. So 70 to 70. I'd say no lower than 71, 72 Fahrenheit, which is 20 something degrees. Because then it's just too cold then. So nice. They're not too hot temperatures or anything like that you've got to worry about. The food items, you don't have to go extreme and get rabbits or any massive rats and mice and stuff. You just, where a fully grown corn snake will eat a full-size mouse, like an adult-sized mouse. And like, if you wanted to, maybe a medium, no, not even a medium rat, because medium rats are quite big, which I'll quickly show you now. So yeah, corn snake, perfect. They're not aggressive, they're very docile. You will and can get some snappy ones where they're a bit aggressive and what have you, and so on. But if a corn snake does happen to bite, don't panic, because for me personally, and I think a lot of reptile keepers out there will say the same thing, they don't hurt. A corn snake bites you, especially as a baby or, sub-adult, they just don't hurt at all. If anything, it's just like, oh, was that it? And that's genuinely the kind of vibe you get. Now, what I'm going to do is open this. Bear with me 2 seconds, because how I've kind of sorted my phone out. Because I am recording on the phone at the minute, because I do not have a stand. So these are large ones. Sorry, these are large. So a medium ain't that much smaller, really. So here we go. So they're large rats, okay? Now, at the minute I've had to get my animal, like my rats and mice and what have you, from Pets at Home. Now, I hate getting snake food and stuff from Pets at Home. Not really, I'm not going to slag them off, because that'd be wrong. But at the same time, they're a bit overpriced and not the best quality. So I usually get mine from Blue Lizard Reptile. Great pricing. I've never had a problem with them, and I know there's a lot of reptile keepers out there from the UK that say, I don't get them from them because it's not this, that and the other. But you know what, they do really good stuff. So I get my stuff from there for my snakes. But anyway, kind of got off topic a little bit. You'll have to bear with me on that. I get a little bit excited, so I want to talk about reptiles and stuff. So yeah, corn snake, 100% best first snake you can get for your child or yourself if you want one as a beginner. Once you've gone a couple years experience owning a corn snake and feeling confident and comfortable owning one, and the handling routine, the feeding and the cleaning out, and knowing the right temperatures, humidity levels, and so on and so on and so on, that's when I would then suggest, if you want to go slightly bigger, but not much bigger, because like a fully grown ball python will get maybe 5 foot, maybe a little bit bigger. Mine are almost fully grown, and they're not that big. So I would say, not what's after a beginner, like an advanced beginner, I'd suggest ball python. Now for me, I'm way past it. I've just not had, to be honest with you, I've not really had the space to have what I want. Now for me personally, I would love to have like a Colombian red-tailed boa. I've always wanted a false water cobra. I love them. I think they're great. Vietnamese blue beauty, like I said, and I love the idea of having a Burmese python, an anaconda, and all that, all them kind of stuff. Like a retic as well, reticulated python. But I just don't have the space. And not just that, I have a young child, and he's 2.5 years old, and I am not willing to put that kind of risk when owning such big snakes as Burmese python, they get very big. They're not the biggest by any means. Now, the longest snake in the world is the reticulated python. Now, the reticulated pythons can and have been known to get up to 20 plus foot. Now, that's a very, very big animal. I couldn't tell you what it is in weight because I couldn't tell you. I really don't know. So I don't know how much that'd be in weight. But put it this way, it's a fully grown retic is big enough, strong enough to kill you. And it can. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You know, they are. They can kill people, but they are not nasty, aggressive creatures. They don't go out their way to kill us and hurt us. So, you know, I think a lot of people don't get the right information on these big snakes. So, you know, there is people out there that, oh, she's soft as hell, she won't ever hurt anybody. There's still a chance. There's always still a chance. At the end of the day, if you've got kids and you've got big retics and you know, oh, I let my kids climb all over it. Well, I'm sorry, you're irresponsible, because it's still a reptile. It's still not necessarily they're not domesticated by any means. You can calm them down and get them used to being handled, but you will never domesticate a reptile, not like a dog or a bird or anything like that, where you can domesticate it. So, you know, and like Burmese pythons get quite big as well. And anacondas are the heaviest snake in the world. They get very dense and very, very heavy. So, you know, and Kevin Smith did a video as well, like the top 5 kind of snakes, in a sense of like where you'd want to start to then like a beginner to then almost like a professional level of like keeping. So I think what he did was perfect. I can't show you that because I don't have that many snakes. I've literally got 2 snakes and 1 gecko, but then classed like an adopted gecko just for now whilst breeding. So, you know, if there's so much information about reptiles, it's unreal. I could go on forever, but what I'm trying to say is, if you're looking to venture towards that way, go speak to your local pet shop, reptile shop owner, zoologist, herpetologist. Speak to someone who knows what they are on about, knows the animals inside and out, and can give you the right tips. Don't just go to your mate or your cousin or your sister or your brother or whoever who has got reptiles, and especially if they're a beginner themselves, or if you know someone who's like, I've got snakes, yeah. My first snake was a python, or was this, I know. Don't, because at the end of the day, yeah, they might have had it for years on end, but speak to someone who's a professional first. I never had that chance when I first had reptiles. I never had the chance to speak to anyone professional to a degree, because the person I got my corn snake off of disappeared out of my area after, feels like a year. So I had no one to talk to. There was no YouTube when I was a kid to Google or like, you know, how to care for this, or what do I do if this is this, and so and so and so and so. I had to learn the hard way. So I have got that experience. I have got that knowledge because I learned the hard way. I learned through mistake. And nothing bad ever happened to my animals, just to point that out. My animals were always okay, right? But I had to learn. So, example, my corn snake, believe it or not, they're good feeders. Mine did go through a spout of not eating. And I panicked. And I was like, oh my God, he's not eating. Is this? And then the first thing someone said to me was, well, assist feed it. And as a kid, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I was so scared of my animal not eating, not realising that snakes can go months and months without eating. It was okay, and it was only been like a couple of weeks he'd not ate, sorry. So I tried assist feeding, and it was the worst thing. Well, it could have potentially got worse. It could have been a lot worse than what it was. I got bit, and you know, it was very dumb of me to have done that and not seeked professional help, because the only help I got was from someone who owned snakes himself. So just assist feed, grab them by the back of the head, so they open the mouth, put the mouse in or whatever, so it grips the teeth, and then they should take it. But they don't. What they don't tell you is it's very dangerous. You could seriously injure your animal. And so it's not through experience and knowledge. I've learned how to do this stuff now. I've learned how to sex my animals to make sure if it's male or female. I only learned that, to be fair, a couple of years ago. So, because what I have personally, like in my cupboard, all my snake stuff and whatever, when I have my hamster. But so, if you're gonna sex your animal, and you're, let's say you buy it from pet shop and they don't know the sex itself, but you don't want to go to a vet and you want to check yourself, and someone suggests popping, do not ever pop your snake unless you are with a professional who can tell you how to do it properly. I mean, I know how to do it now, but I still won't do it because I feel like I don't want to hurt my animal at the end of the day. And so the best thing to do is get yourself some snake probes, right? And I'm not going to show you how to do it. I'll do it in a later video. And so basically, all these probes are. Right, I'll take one of the big ones out, which I've never used because my snakes aren't big. And well, this is meant for like a big snake. So basically, this is what they look like. They look like little, like a, you know, like a science teacher pointy thing. Yeah, it's all of them. And what you do is you lubricate it up. You go to the cloaca, which is the vent valve at the bottom where they poo out of, and you know the sexual organs are. And especially for for the ball python, what I've done is lubricate it up. Just held the back of the, where the cloaca is, on the bottom of the snake, near it, just before the tail starts. And then you probe it gently, very gently, because they've got two like either side, right? So you follow it down, and the deeper it is, I think. So when it only goes in a little bit, or so far, it's a female. When it goes quite deep, it's a male. So I sexed both of my royals. Now, as you can see, she's a female. She's a female. And she's beautiful. She's a reduced patternless as well, by the way, and she's a normal. I got her thinking she was a he. So I double checked not that long ago. Turns out she is a she. And she, who I thought was a he, is a girl. So that was a big bummer for me, because the original plan was for breeding. And it wasn't just, before anyone says anything negative about this, or we just out for breeding. I had her because she's stunning, and I love that snake, and I really do. But now I need to find a male, because I want to be able to breed my snakes, not for commercial or to make loads of money off. I like the idea of being able to raise some babies, and the only way you're ever going to learn and educate yourself is by doing it. So gain the experience first before you look into breeding, before you look into anything else. Get the information. This is what I suggest personally. Get the info first. Do your research on buying this before you buy a snake, before you buy the enclosure and all this, that and the other. And if you're going to buy a snake, especially a corn snake or anything like that, and it's your first ever reptile, whether it's a bearded dragon, gecko, anything like that, I suggest personally get the tank first, get all the setup, set it up. All right, then within 24 hours, a couple of days or so, once you know you're keeping the right temperatures, spot on, the humidity levels, this, that and the other, then I would suggest going out and purchasing the animal. So once you've purchased the animal, your tank's already set up, because there's nothing worse for that animal than the travelling. Because it's a lot of stress. You've got things been bagged up, it's nowhere near a heat source, it's in the car, it's bouncing around in the car when you're driving and stuff, and then you get home, and then it's stressed out again because it's in a new enclosure, it's in a new home. And you don't... Sorry. So you don't need that for your animal. You really don't. It needs to be what's the word? The less stressed your animal is, the better off. So, but anyway, I'm gonna say goodbye. I will do another video soon. I'm going to do I don't know, maybe a care video. I'm going to do some kind of video tomorrow. I'm going to try and post as regularly as I can. I'm sorry my videos aren't edited. I know they're not all like funky and stuff like Brian Bra Checks Roll Out or Kevin Smith, his nerd channel, or Tyler, something, I can't remember his surname. I'm sorry if you end up watching this. But, you know, I'm starting off. I will get a camera soon. I will advance and so on. I am going to get some more reptiles soon. And we'll be able to, you know, really get into depth for this. And I'm hoping my channel can be informational enough and people learn from it. And that's what I'm hoping to get across in the near future. So if you like my video, please get a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. It really does, it helps me out because then I can get the information across and try and really help, you know, the reptile community and animal welfare and stuff. It really does mean a lot. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe and comment. Any questions at all, put them in the comment section below. I will try and message you back as soon as it pops through, whenever I get a chance. And yeah, have a good day and enjoy.